What it do, water signs? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're going to take a little look here tonight and see what's going on with your current relationship. So, when I do current relationship, the intention I put into it is long-term relationship. Because I have past person, current person, love interest, and new person. So if your relationship is with somebody you just recently got with, that would be new person, okay? So this is going to be one mini reading for each water sign, one for Cancer, one for Scorpio, one for Pisces. If you are in need of a personal reading, you can find all of that information in the description of this video. Okay. So, Cancer. Let's see what's going on with you. Remember, if you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. And if you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. If you have no problems in your relationship, you shouldn't even be here. All right, let's see. Cancer, what's a general energetic overview of Cancer's current relationship universe? Oh, man. You don't even really feel like it's worth putting forth the work on this anymore, do you? Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus. I love this deck because it has the sign symbol for every minor arcana as well. Just so happens to have the Taurus symbol on there. But yeah, it's you're almost kind of starting to feel like working on this is a waste of time. Doesn't even really feel like it's worth it anymore. Let's see why. What's going on? Queen of Swords. I would probably even go as far as to say you ain't even in love no more. Almost kind of feels like you almost don't even have any emotions for this at all. Wow. Well, one of the first things that yells at me right straight off the bat here is that I do not have one single cup on the table. Not one. Not one. This is Swords and Pentacles, and that's it. That's it. Swords and Pentacles. So, I got some wands here, but that's, never mind, I got some wands, but all Swords and Pentacles and one wand card. So, kind of feels like that love is just completely drained dry from this. I don't see a shred of love in this spread here. So, good God, man. That's really all it's saying here. I kind of feel like you've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to work things out, compromise. Some of you may have even gone as far as couples therapy. But you're just starting to feel like it's a waste of time. Ooh, there's a cup card, the Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah, damn, dog. Okay. Nine of Swords. You just tired of being with somebody that makes you feel like this? You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on in that card. The character in this card, let's just say, is not having a good old time. Okay, whatever. Let's see how this person feels about you then. This kind of feels like it's hanging on by a thread. And a thread may be an overstatement. Okay. How's this person feel about you? How's the current person feel about Cancer, universe? Two more shuffles. Two more. Karmic wheel in the upright. You know what that means, right? Kind of feels like this connection has expired. It just It just feels like it's expired. Like it just doesn't really feel like it has a purpose behind it anymore to this person. Now, for some of you, you could have kids with this person. And if this is a concern, yeah, for some of you, if you have kids, maybe that's the only reason they're sticking around. It's for the kiddos. I don't even really think this person trusts you, honestly. I don't know why they don't trust you. I don't know if you gave them reason to not trust you or not, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That energy is still deadly corrosive to a fucking relationship, no matter why it's there. So, yeah, it almost feels like this person just doesn't even really take this serious anymore. They just don't feel the fire. They don't feel the passion. They don't feel the meaning. They don't really feel the purpose behind it anymore. So, now, some of you, if you're, okay, so there's a couple of things here. Like I said, for those of you wondering whether or not they're only sticking around for the kids, I have the card for that. For those of you wondering whether or not they're only sticking around for money, I got the card for that. So, okay. Could be a Libra for some of you. Let's get some advice here. I ain't gonna lie, this is my least favorite part of my job, man. Advice on a current long-term relationship. Woo! You gotta be very tedious and careful with that advice. Very tedious and careful. One wrong word, and I could advise you to make the wrong move. So, it's like an extra 100 pounds of responsibility on my shoulders when I give this advice. Let's see, though. Advice for the current long-term partner. Cancer. Woo! Man, we got that daggum dang old devil card there, though, man. Ain't a lot you can do with that. Ain't a whole lot you can do with that. Shit. Damn, see? Judgment. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, now, anything is possible. Miracles happen every day. Is it possible that the two of you could wake up one day and boom, get struck by lightning and it fixed the relationship? Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. But this is kind of telling me that for those of you who resonate with this, if this resonates with your story, it feels like this is a completed contract. So at this point, it's just a matter of how do you want to handle this? Do you want to boot, scoot, and boogie on your own terms? Or do you want to just sit around and wait until the universe is tired of it and kicks the tower over on you? Because that's kind of what it's looking like here. Again, y'all could both wake up and be in an alternate universe and then, boom, it changes everything and both of you turn into different people and it could magically work itself out. You hear of crazy things happening like that from time to time. I'm not saying that's impossible. But the vast majority of when you got this energy and neither of you are really feeling it anymore, got about a 99.9% chance that this is basically like a candle burning. It's eventually going to burn out. Eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's when. By the time the relationship turns into a candle, it's just a matter of time. So, that's kind of what I'd be doing if I was you. Now, let me just give some personal advice from my own perspective. First of all, when the universe wants you to move on from something, how does the universe get you to move? How does the universe get you to do something, to get up off your ass and take action? It makes you uncomfortable. When it's time for you to bust a move, you think the universe is going to let you get comfortable? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you are uncomfortable in anything, in your relationship, at your job, where you live, and that discomfort keeps increasing daily, weekly, monthly, that's a sign that the universe is telling you, yo, it's time to boot, scoot, and boogie on out of there. And it'll slowly apply a little bit of pressure every day. And apply a little bit more pressure and a little bit more pressure and a little bit more pressure to try to kindly tell you, hey, it's time for you to come on now. And if you ignore it and 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 ignore it, the universe will kick the tower over eventually and make it happen. From my experience, I will never do that again. I will never sit around on my ass and wait for the universe to make a move for me. Done that many, many, many times. I'm going to tell you what, you want the universe to force something to happen beyond your control. Try as you may, fight as you may. You want the universe to make something fucking happen, it's going to be horrendous. It's going to be fucking horrendous, dude. I've been right at death's door a couple of times fighting against the universe. Oh, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how spiritually awakened you think you are. You ain't going to fight against the universe if the universe don't want you doing something. I'm going to tell you that right goddamn now. Ain't none of us that powerful. The universe don't want you doing what you're doing. You bet your damn skippy ass you ain't going to be doing it. So that's just from my experience. I'll never do that again. When I start feeling the universe apply the pressure, I'm still a stubborn ass. You know I'm still going to stay and try to fight. But when I feel myself steadily sinking, backsliding. All right, universe, dude, okay. All right, I'm out. Okay, have it your way. All right, Jesus. Fuck, man, I left my sage out there, didn't I? God damn it. Okay, whatever. Scorpio. Let's see what's happening with Scorpio in the current long-term relationship. Uh-oh, the moon card. So somebody might have got busted. Some secrets may be bubbling up to the surface. Could be a Pisces for some of you. But yeah, that kind of feels like secrets being revealed. Oh shit, judgment. Man, world card. You know what? This honestly feels like the exact same thing I just got done telling Cancer. Everything y'all just got done hearing me say is right here in this spread. A completed contract, right? The universe has been applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure, and you've been overthinking it, trying to ignore it, and it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. So with the Two of Swords is all about being indecisive. I have a decision that needs to be made, and I don't know what decision to make. So I don't know if I should stay or go. Should I stay or should I go? Some of you dealing with a Cancer. Well, that's the same thing I just told Cancer. There's a Cancer card. Also have Pisces here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Another Cancer card, though. 2 Cancer cards. You hear what I just told Cancer? It sounds a little bit familiar, huh? Just saying. Could be anybody. All right. Well, let's see how this person feel about you, though. Ooh, trust issues, too. Serious trust issues. Suspicion of infidelity. All right, well, let's see how the current long-term partner be feeling about Scorpio, though. Man, the moon card again. Yeah, they definitely got secrets that they be keeping. Absolutely. And I don't think they want you to find out they little secrets. I don't think so. Pow! Ace of Pentacles reversed. Look, all the same cards came out reversed here. Well, so this person does miss what you all used to have back in the day. And I think that the person you're dealing with is a codependent. Yeah. So they're in this out of codependency. Now, I know this is a long-term relationship, so that gives it a little bit of a different dynamic. But generally speaking, when somebody asks me, how does this person feel about me? And the Nine of Cups reverse comes out. It gets really hard to answer that question. That's difficult. That's tricky. Because emotional codependency is basically, I'm in a relationship not for the connection, but I'm in a relationship to fill the void in my heart. You know? So this is more of a codependency attachment than anything. And codependency attachments always end up fizzling out. Because so when we get into a relationship just to fill the void in our heart, basically what we're doing is we're using, you know how anytime you obtain something new in your life and you get high off of it, you know, like when you first roll off the lot in that brand new car and you fucking love it, you feel so badass, but after you've had it for a couple of years, ain't nothing special about it. You might even be fucking tired of it and ready to get rid of it, you know? Or when you first move into that new place, especially if it's a bigger place than anything you've ever lived in before, and you're like, holy fuck, how the fuck do I live in this big ass place? And after you've lived there for a couple of years, ain't nothing special about it no more. Well, the same thing happens when we get into relationships. When we first meet a new person, you get that high, that, oh my God, you make me forget about all my problems. All my issues go away when I'm with you. I'm not worried about anything when we're together. And then after a year or two, it don't feel like that no more. Now the person gets on your fucking nerves. You don't like the way they chew their food, the noise they make when they breathe, and it's just, you don't even like being around them, right? So a codependency connection is when I'm using that high that I get when I meet a new person to distract me from my heartache, and I think that feeling is love, and I expect a person to create that feeling for the rest of my life. That's the condensed version. Now, when it's a long-term relationship, though, it takes a lot of ups and downs and crazy twists and turns along the way that would take me way too long to sit and break down and explain. But essentially, yeah, this is what's looking to me like more of a codependency connection than anything. I'm not seeing love, not true love, maybe attachment. Okay, that's usually the energy that comes through with that is attachment. But yeah, no, see, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. Another thing too, the codependent, 8 times out of 10, always runs and cheats. You know why? Because that high that I used to get when we were first together wore off. So now you no longer distract me from my problems. Or as some people like to word it, you're not meeting my emotional needs. So I'm going to go find somebody who will. And I got to go get that high, that new person feeling again, you know? Just saying, for those of you who have rock solid evidence that there was infidelity, if you're wondering if they're still doing it, I guarantee you. If not, though, I feel like it's only a matter of time. Let's get the advice here. Jesus, why is this? I should have brought my sage. I should have brought my goddamn sage, man. These fucking messages are heavy. Of course, today we do have Sun in Pisces, Moon in Cancer, so yeah, heavy ass water shit. Page of Cups. Eight of Cups, 10 of Cups. Man, you know what it's telling me? Like I said, we have the World card in the upright in the first spread. It's telling me, for those of you who resonate with this, completed cycle, completed contract. It's time for the next contract to come in. Well, I don't like using the word it's time, but that contract is complete. You have another soul contract. But right now, it's being blocked. So this feels like something that probably came to an end a long time ago. Some of you have already been on and off with this person. I feel like there's a decent handful of you that have already been on and off a couple of times. And yeah, it's kind of feeling like it's time for the next person to come in. But this right here is blocking the next person from coming in. So this is complete. This is a completed contract. So I can't just blindly tell you to walk away, though, and get with somebody else. It's not going to work that way. It's way more complicated than that. I'll just tell you, this soul contract is complete. It's not going to get better. You're not just going to wake up one day and, you know, like I told Cancer, it's possible you could get struck by lightning and everything could turn out better one day. But, you know, that's about 1,000,000 to 1 chance. Still a chance, but most of you, it's just going to get harder and heavier and harder and heavier and harder and heavier as time goes on. So just take that and do with it what you will. Jesus. Fuck. Okay. Pisces. Pisces. So, if you are in a long-term relationship and you're not experiencing problems, this is not for you. Anybody out there that's in a happy relationship, go away. You don't need to be watching me. If your love life and your relationship is happy, I ain't got nothing to tell you here. All right. What's the problem? What's the deal? What's going on with Pisces in the current? Oh, shit. Page of Wands. Some of you may be dealing with somebody that's a lot younger than you. Is there a big age gap for some of you? Either a big age gap or a big mental age gap. I'm feeling like this person's mature in every way, but not very emotionally mature. And I'm seeing a lot of codependency energy in this here too. A lot of codependency energy. I am seeing you all kind of pushing through this though. You're definitely pushing through this, but I don't know. There's just so many weird ups and downs. I can't even put words to what I'm seeing here, to be honest with you. This feels like a bipolar roller coaster of emotions. It's not like you feel one way one day, another way another day. It's like in the same hour, you'll go from feeling 10 different types of ways about this, you know? Like you want to settle down and really make this work and you're thankful for it and you want to stick with it. A half hour later, you're fucking sick of it, ready to walk out the goddamn door, didn't never want to see this person again, and just up and down and all the way around. This feels like a confusing mess. Sometimes both at the same time. Both at the same time. Pisces, you are represented by 2 fish with their tails tied together, swimming in opposite directions. So maybe there's one half of you that really loves this person, wants to be with them, and the other half can't fucking stand them, and they're just fighting each other until one of the fish gets his tail ripped off. So, damn, dog. Okay, well, trust issues too. Major trust issues. And this is a repeating cycle. I don't think this cycle is complete, but it does keep repeating itself. I do feel like this is a cycle that has been repeating itself for probably the last year or two. Let's see how the current person be feeling about you. How's the current person feel about Pisces? They feel like all you want to do is fight all the time. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And speaking of Sagittarius, there's a Saggy card in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, they feel like they walk on eggshells. But you know what I don't have here? No cups. No cups. None. None. Some of you may have kids with this person. If you have kids with this person, maybe that's the only reason that they're sticking around. But yeah, this is weighing on them very heavily, but I think they're projecting a lot of their own shit onto you, you know? So they feel like you want to fight all the time. Well, maybe you do, but guess what? They do too. They do too. They're definitely projecting shit onto you. I don't think this person is an innocent little angel. No, they ain't. Deep down inside, I think one thing that they battle with on a daily basis is they feel like when you all first met, they jumped into this head first without thinking about it. And they kicked themselves in the ass for that. All right, well, okay, so they don't want this to come to an end. They wish that everything would just work out magically their way. Their way. You know, this is a classic case of if you would just do it my way, everything would work out perfectly. Right? So they don't want it to come to an end. They just want you to do everything their way. But they basically are expecting this to come crashing down any day. Every day they wake up thinking this is probably going to come crashing down today. Probably going to come crashing down today. Okie dokie. Well, let's get the advice. What's the advice? Advices for Pisces. What's the advice? Five of Swords reverse, man. Look. You should never have to fight for a relationship. You know how many times I get that question? You know how many times I've been asked that question in my career? It's sad. The number of times I've been asked, should I continue to fight for this? Will they continue to fight for this? Fight. Do you believe that the universe is such a fucking moron that they picked a divine life partner for you that you would have to fight to keep in your life? Does that sound like the one divine life partner the universe picked for you? Somebody you would have to fight for? That would make the universe pretty goddamn dumb, wouldn't it? And I know the universe does some crazy shit sometimes, man, that we can't figure out with our teeny little human brains. But I promise you, the universe ain't no goddamn moron. You should never have to fight to keep someone in your life. The minute you start fighting for it, it's not love. That ain't love. That ain't love. You don't fight for love. You fight for control. When you start fighting, love done flew out the window and control is who walked up in the house. So I'll just put it to you like that. How long are you going to continue to fight for this? Because I promise you, at what point do you expect the fighting to stop? How about that? When we're fighting for this, I'm fighting for this. When's the fighting supposed to stop? And under what grounds does the fighting stop? How do you win a battle for the betterment of the relationship? Think about that. How is that battle won when you're fighting with your partner? If it wins in defeat, that's not a victory in your relationship, to defeat your partner. Come on now. So I'll just put that out there. How long are you going to continue to fight for it? Because you're eventually going to end up completely depleting yourself of your life source energy. Eventually. All right. Well, dadgummit, man. But yeah, by the way, repeat cycle, loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de, repeat cycle. As long as you're fighting for it, the cycle's going to keep looping around on repeat and looping around on repeat. Okay, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my water sign family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.